Chapter 19. You roll. Stumble to your feet. What good is a roach morph? What good is any morph now? T-Rex is going to turn you into dinner before you have a chance to morph. The massive head comes down again. So close you can see the pebbly skin, look into one dark, damp nostril. Instinctively, you dodge behind a tree. You focus some small part of your brain on the roach. Imagine the small, easily compactable body. Long to become it. Hoo-oh-ah. The T-Rex screams with rage. Wham! Wham! It's coming around the tree for you. You can't hide. You can't outrun it. You can't morph fast enough. Only one chance. You run straight for the gaping maw. Get splashed by dripping dinosaur saliva. Graze your back on the huge chin. You run through dinosaur legs as big as massive columns. Under a belly that rises above you like a low-slung pebbly gray ceiling. The T-Rex can't reach you. Can't get its massive head under its legs. It leaps up and spins around, turning almost gracefully except for the tree it knocks over with its tail. As you run, you're starting to shrink. 4 feet. 3 3/4. 3 1/2. Looking down at your feet, you see your chest cover with an armor plate of brown cockroach shell. It's disgusting, but at least it means the morph is working. Your fingers melt together. Next time you look, they've formed a single, many-jointed bug leg. Splout. Splout. Antennae jump out of your forehead as you run out from under the T-Rex's tail. Your body is growing clumsy as your legs start to thin. 3 1/4 feet. 3 feet. 2 3/4. You hunker down, trying to hide beneath the ferns. Your waist pinches together. The lower part of your body swells to form a bloated insect abdomen. Your skull melts away. Your ears and hearing fade, making the roar of T-Rex sound far away. Which is a good thing. Because the T-Rex is close. It is patiently sniffling through the ferns, searching for you with its Buick-sized snout. The roach mind bubbles up at the same time extra legs suddenly pop out of your chest. I'm cool, the roach mind seems to say. The roach is happy under the ferns. Calm, collected. Then. Chomp. It has you. Up, up, up you go. A 2-foot roach impaled on an even bigger dinosaur tooth. High into the air. Wet, pink, warm. You're in T-Rex's mouth. Lolling in a pond of spit just under its slab of a tongue. Somehow, you manage to keep your concentration, to keep morphing. Now you are a foot long. Half a foot. You pop free of the massive tooth. You're ripped practically in two. But somehow you're still alive. T-Rex clamps down. But now you're more roach than human and the space between the dinosaur's teeth and gums seems like a huge pink cavern. Go toward the light, you think. Now the roach mind is starting to panic, to protest. You fight for control. You crawl right out over the T-Rex's lip and out onto its pebbly skin. Must tickle. The T-Rex gives a massive swing of its huge head, and sends you flying. Ugh. Down, down, down. You catch a flash of blue, green, brown. Thunk. You land on your back in the mossy soil. Wiggling your legs in the air. You stretch, scramble, stretch, scramble, and flip. You're right side up and alive. Killing a cockroach is hard. Chapter 20. You squish yourself down under a nice piece of moss next to a tree root. The roach body makes itself small, stays perfectly still. The T-Rex doesn't know you fell out of its mouth. Isn't interested anymore. It has found new prey. Watch out, Marco. Coming up behind you. From your hiding place, you can't see what's happening to your friends. But you notice their calls and shouts are growing distant. Even the T-Rex's footfalls fade away. You're a bug alone in Dino Land. Now what? Find the others, you think. That means demorphing. Has to. Catching up with them as a roach would take forever. Reluctantly, you concentrate on your own body and feel the changes begin. Antennae dissolve. The roach's exoskeleton softens into human skin. Extra legs wilt and slurp up into your chest. And you grow. Up out of your safe moss hideaway. Zooming up to your own true height. A grinding sound as your bones grow back and join together to form a skeleton. A slish slosh as your stomach, kidneys, pancreas, and blood vessels spring back. Your heart reappears and immediately begins banging against your rib cage. Now you're a human alone in Dino Land. You walk, then trot, then start to run. You guys. Wait up. You shout. Nobody answers. Following the trail isn't difficult. You can see the snapped saplings and crushed ferns where the T-Rex pushed through the forest. You can follow the dinosaur's talon prints. There's one every 5 or 6 feet. You run until your lungs burn and your side aches. You slow it to a walk and trudge along. Your bare feet are bloody and bruised. The sounds of the forest terrify you. Twigs snapping. Leaves crunching. Something scampering through the low vegetation. The light under the trees starts to fade. The sky shades from blue to deeper blue to red. The trees around you begin to lose their sharpness. Twilight is coming on. Then night. You have maybe 10 minutes of daylight. 20, tops. Do dinosaurs hunt at night? You have no idea. You come out of the woods and into what looks like a big pasture full of tall grass. You see a flickering light off in the distance. You smell something. Smoke. And something else. Meat. You start to run. Jake, Cassie, Marco, Rachel and Axe fill you in on their adventures while you chew on what turns out to be T-Rex shish kebabs. Here's the deal. Axe killed the T-Rex seconds before it killed Marco. Cassie figured out how to turn the T-Rex hide into food and shoes. Rachel used a couple of twigs to start a fire. After eating a couple chunks of meat, you are starting to yawn big time. The run through the forest, the constant adrenaline rushes are getting to you. Your eyelids are hard to hold up. So is your head. The others are still talking, still discussing the situation. You stretch out on your side next to the fire. You make a pillow out of your hands and close your eyes. Almost immediately you fade into a dreamless sleep. At first you're not sure what wakes you up. You stare at the black night. Roll over and blink at the blazing fire. Cassie and Axe are on their feet. Rachel is shaking herself awake. Everyone is staring out into the darkness. What is it? You ask, sitting up. Jake's voice. He's running out of the darkness. Everyone get out of the way. He yells. Stampede. Stampede? Marco demands incredulously. What is this, a cowboy movie? Move. Jake yells. You morph Roach. Or. You run.